Hey, you guys, this is your girl, Ebony Nicole, the Vice President of the Rochester Black Authors Association, and we are here for another Black Authors Rock podcast. As you know, as always, if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to like our page and share this video. If you are listening to Spotify, make sure to follow us and leave us a comment, question, or concern. And if you are watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our channel, comment on this video, and share it with others because we want other people to know what these amazing authors are doing. And we also want you to be in contact with us for upcoming events and interviews, all right? If you are an aspiring author, a writer, a publisher, and you want to join us on our podcast, stay to the end because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. But you all know how hype I get about authors. This is weird, I know. But today I am even more excited and hyped. Like I can really take a lap.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
because I have such an amazing author on here today. Okay, I met her back in 2018, I
Wow,
think.
yes. Yes.
18, we met at a Writer's Paradise event, and we just stayed. I saw her, she saw me, we chatted for a bit, and then we went our separate ways. And then last year, was it? Yeah, last year we started. Last year, she was like, "Hey, I want to write my book." 2020, she said she wanted to write a book, and then we just started the journey to
No, I
getting
think it
her
was
book done.
2019. It's been a
2019.
road, girl. Yes.
What? Oh Lord.
Yes, it's
It's
been
been
a
a long
journey.
time. I'm like, what's it? It's been a long time coming, but I
Yes.
know a change gonna come. Y'all
Change
know I'm
finally
foolish,
came.
but the change finally arrived, and we have author, poetess Sarah Collins joining us this evening. And Sarah, it is my honor to interview you, honey, to just let you brag about who you are and let us know where you're from.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for the wonderful intro, Ebony. I'm honored to be here. It is surreal, as we were saying. It's been a very long road, but I am here.
Yes.
So I've been at Rochester for a while now, but originally I grew up in Auburn, New York. So it's a very small town in the Finger Lakes. Came to Rochester to go to RIT, and once I graduated, I've just kind of stayed. So I love this area. I wouldn't want to live or be anywhere else. There's so
Yep.
many resources here. It's beautiful. I actually moved away for a little while and I came back. So very happy to be here in Rochester and to be here being interviewed by you. So thank you.
I share the same sentiments about Rochester. This is home for me. I've
Yes.
never had a desire to move. I love to travel nationally, internationally, but
Mm-hmm.
I always love to come back home. So yeah,
Yeah.
Rochester is it for me. Unless God's like, yeah, I need you to leave your kindred, your family, take what you have,
Bye.
and move.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I'm not having an Abraham moment, I'm staying put. Okay. But you are a poetess, and
Yes.
you made a transition to a published author. Tell
Yes.
us about your book.
Oh, geez. Where do I start? So I've been writing poetry. I'm going to take you guys way, 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 way back.
Yes.
I have been writing poetry and writing prose and just writing anything and everything that I could since I was a little kid. It's just something
Wow.
that came natural to me. It's like breathing, it's like walking, talking. I just have this creative drive that needs to be expressed. The medium that I choose is writing. I've experimented with visual arts, which those who know, I went to RIT for graphic design. So I've always had this creative bug in me, and I've tried to express it in a lot of different ways. Writing has always been the thing for me. And it just started out as a kid. I would just write and read a lot. I would actually steal my older siblings' books, and I would read those books because they were all in middle school and high school. I was the youngest one, so I was reading their books when I was in elementary school. And that really inspired me, but I never took it seriously. I just thought this was my thing. This is just my hobby, my habit. Nobody needs to
Mm-hmm.
know. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, teachers, my mom, my mentors told me that this was something I should pursue seriously, but I never took it seriously, which is ironic that I work in advertising now as a copywriter. And now I'm a published
The
author.
writing's
So
not serious.
yeah, I know, but it's not serious, but
Okay.
it's paying the bills. So
Right.
God had other plans for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I really didn't, going back to how this book started, I really didn't intend on writing a book. This book kind of wrote itself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was seeking treatment, seeking help for my anxiety and depression. And I started writing poetry seriously as a way to kind of navigate that journey, to express
Yeah.
myself, to make sense of my emotions and the world around me.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing
Mm-hmm.
I knew, years later, like when I first approached you, I had over 200 poems. And I realized that I had a big body of work.
Yes.
And and it was your encouragement and also my husband's encouragement when he said, "You really have a story here. I think you should tell it. Why not write a book?" I met you, the pieces started to come together, and lo and behold, I have my body of work that you published. So so
Yay! That is awesome.
so
Because
the
I
pieces
think,
just kind of came together organically.
because I think the one thing that authors, aspiring authors, should know certainly is you can't force it. It will
Right.
not, you'll run into so many stumbling blocks if you force your writing. Let the creative juices flow. If you
Yeah.
just let it happen, you might have blocks along the way, but they're not due to you trying to force a book out.
Yes.
It's just things, writer's block does happen. But when you just let it
Yes.
go, everything falls in place and the perfect timing always arrives. And so there you
Amen.
go. Like that is so amazing. So this I'm gonna pull on you. Gotta get you out your comfort zone.
Uh-oh,
One,
here we go.
what's the title of your book? And two, it's a book of poetry. What
Yes.
is your favorite poem in there? And do you mind
Whew.
sharing a piece, either the entire poem or a piece of the poem?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I was prepared, so I
Mm-hmm,
got you. So trying to be
mm-hmm.
slick.
I try.
I know. The name of my book is Recovery from Unusual Attitudes. And like all good ideas, that the idea for the title came from me watching reality TV. So that's just like you said, the creative process can strike at any time. I was watching one of those Alaska wilderness survival shows. I love those. I don't know why, because I'm like warm and cozy on my couch,
I would
and
not survive.
I know, neither girl, neither would I. That's why I love watching it. I'm like,
I wouldn't
you guys are
survive.
starving, hungry and cold, and I'm warm and
That's
cozy
why I
on my
laugh,
couch.
because I would, they would be searching for my body because they would be like, "Yo, we believe we lost this woman. We don't know where she is. I'm directionally challenged. If I don't have a
Yes,
GPS, it's not happening." It's just,
there's
I
nothing
wouldn't make
about
it.
that for me that I would survive, but I love those shows. And I remember this episode in particular. There was this bush pilot that was doing some extra training to learn how to fly in bad weather because there's nobody out
Mm,
there. There's no backup plan. And
yeah.
he mentioned recovery from unusual attitudes, and boom, it was like lightning struck me. I knew something about that term was just resonating with me, and I knew I had to look into it. And he was doing all these maneuvers about how to find balance if you're flying in bad weather or flying upside down or you can't see in front of you.
Wow.
And then in doing some research, I found out that it's actually a very serious condition where you can be flying upside down and not even know it. And boom, another lightning strike. I realized that this was a metaphor for my mental health journey and
Yeah.
my spiritual journey, where I had no idea that I was living with untreated depression and anxiety and that it was affecting every single area of my life. I had no
Mhm.
idea who God was. And I was rapidly approaching having a breakdown. And I'm
Mm.
not even kidding. I literally had a mental breakdown, and I had
Yeah.
no idea until it was about to happen. So the title was so appropriate. So that flight
Wow.
theme is carried out throughout my book. Each chapter is a different stage of flight. So that's where the title comes from. So it's very
I
rich in
wonder, do
metaphor.
you have a copy of it to show us?
I wonder if my
I
publisher.
wonder. If you guys are
Look
listening,
at
we already knew she had. So if you
this.
can't see, then you don't see the sarcasm. You might can hear it in my voice, but
Oh
the
yeah.
sarcasm in my face, like, I wonder. No,
I
we
wonder.
knew.
Bam, here it is.
Yes.
Look
Yes,
at that
yes.
beautiful cover.
Yes,
So shout
yes.
out to
Absolutely.
Sandy Knight, my cover designer. She did an
Yes.
amazing job. So
And
that's
she
why
really
you
did.
can see, yes, she's amazing. So you can see in the cover the plane is flying upside down.
Yep.
You can see the red and the black and this
Yep.
dark green, just this chaos of the city
Yep.
skyline of Rochester upside
Yep.
down. And then it's punctuated by this beautiful white. And that stands for the hope that
Yes.
I found in
Yep.
God. And turning it around, the plane is right side up and it's
Yep.
white. All of that chaos and tension on the front has been resolved.
There you go.
So that is the title. Now, my favorite piece. I knew you were going to ask
Mm-hmm.
this, and I'm still not prepared for it. I knew
It's not
it.
until it's like thrown in your face. What's your favorite piece? I don't know. Like
I
it's
know.
just
There are so many. What's funny is Ebony, a lot of these pieces, especially in the first couple chapters, were written when I was in the midst of either a panic attack or a very
Mm.
deep and dark depressive episode. Some of the pieces, fair warning, trigger warning, were written when I was suicidal. So there's a
Mhm, mhm.
heaviness there. But I'm just ready to put it out because I know if I felt this way for so long, I know a lot
Yeah,
of other people do too. And the moral of the
absolutely,
story, yes, is that there's hope. There
absolutely.
is hope. So it ends on a high note. So I think the
Yes.
piece I want to share, one of the pieces that has always been one of my favorites is Strong Weakness. And it's actually the
Strong.
last poem in the book.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
it kind
mhm.
of, just like the cover, resolves all of that chaos and despair and
Yeah.
disorder and tension in the first couple of chapters, which were difficult not only to write, but even for me going back and reading, they're
And
difficult to
rereading. Yep.
see. Yeah. So
I would say just real quick,
yeah.
when you guys pick up her book, there is one of the in the beginning chapters is stagnated words. And I absolutely love it because it
Mm,
gives you a visual as to what you're reading. I know you're like, I'm reading it, so visual the same thing. No, but you can really see
mm,
what's happening as she writes. So I am
right.
going to make you the speaker so you can do your poem and
Oh no.
there you go.
Okay. Strong Weakness. The last poem of my first collection, Recovery from Unusual Attitudes. And like a shooting star, blazing across the dark of a night sky, she shot out of nowhere, out of numb nothingness. The others looked on, jaws dropped, breath stopped, stunned and staring at the surrounding bleakness. When they asked her how she did it, she simply replied that his strength is made perfect in her weakness. That's it.
Her strength is made perfect. Say it one more time.
Mm,
Because I want you
that
guys to let this sink in.
his strength is made perfect in her weakness. And when you read this, the H in his is capitalized. Obviously, I'm speaking of God. I'm referring to a
Yes.
very specific scripture. But
Yep.
this is about me completely surrendering, going from complete disbelief and kind of antagonistic feelings towards God to completely surrendering my life to Him and finding my hope and my peace in Him. My strength is in Him. So this is about me just emptying myself and getting out of
Yes.
my way, getting out of God's way, and
Listen, we
letting Him
always be
work.
in his way. He's like, if you don't sit down, like, I'm sorry, Lord, I just want to help you. Do what you want to do. Let me help you. And
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I love about what I don't love about being God's way, but what I love is that it reminds me of a child trying to help their father
Yeah.
do something. Like,
Yes.
you ever seen
Yes.
pictures or videos of kids can't even see past the bumper, but they want to help dad fix the car or something? It's like,
Yeah.
you don't even know what you're
Yeah.
doing. Or
Totally.
if dad is underneath the sink trying to repair something and you see these little legs sticking from up under there, you're not really doing anything. You're kind of like in a way. But if you want to help, just stand there. But sometimes we can be like,
Yeah.
trying to give God advice. Well, Lord, I see that spark plug, but I don't think the spark plug is the issue. And he's like, that is the issue. No, I think it's the transmission, because it's just a spark plug. No, you know what, Lord? I think we should tear this whole transmission out. Just, take, but it's just spark plugs. Just, that's it.
Girl,
And
I'm
he
so
like,
true to my namesake, Sarah. Sarah did the same thing. She
oh
didn't believe
my
God,
goodness.
tried to do it
Oh,
her way, caused a whole mess.
yep. Yes.
That's why my
Listen,
name is Sarah.
Sarah was a hot mess. And they got mad. Like, how you upset? Like, you did it.
Girl, yes. I know,
Oh, that's
it's so
funny.
true. Like, I have to laugh to myself, and it's a constant reminder about my weakness, my limited humanity, um, that I'm not the creator of the universe. I don't uphold the universe right now. I can barely remember to drink enough water, so I need God. So
It's
how can
funny.
I be my own God? I can't
Yep.
even, So I'm so limited in my
Yeah.
humanity, and we all are, and that's okay. We're not
Yeah.
perfect. So this book is really about those imperfections
Mm-hmm.
and laying them down. And so, yeah, I think that's I don't know if that's my favorite, but that's one of my favorites, which is why it's
One
good.
of your favorites. Well, I
Yes.
look forward to hearing you recite your poems at another event that, you know,
Mm, coming
something,
up.
some other place. I don't know.
What could it be?
Wonder. But we'll see. So you have the opportunity to do that. If those who are listening, I have like the bug eyes right now because,
She's giving me
just
the
right.
sarcastic, like, yes, Coach Ebony is referring to my book launch, which is coming up soon. We don't have a date, unfortunately,
Hmm.
but it is to be announced very soon.
Yep.
We'll keep everyone posted.
Absolutely. So she caught my bug eyes, and yeah, she caught
I can feel it.
that. So this one thing I want you to touch on, and if you're okay with, certainly. You were saying how you were writing at some of your darkest times.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you? Because some people, when they're in that, I'm in a few groups on Facebook, and one of the questions that was asked is, why haven't you written your book? And a lot of people say, this is a bad time. I'm not mentally there. I'm emotionally here. I'm battling
Mm-hmm.
this. I'm fighting that. What was it that made you say, you know what, I'm in this space and I want to write? What was that?
Honestly, I feel like my easy answer out was my mental illness. It was my depression. It was my anxiety, where I just needed to do something. I needed an outlet to make sense of what I was feeling. And at that
Mm-hmm.
time, I felt like I was still learning how to be a patient in therapy. So I had some reservations about opening up to my therapist. I was
Okay.
so closed off. I didn't want to talk to my husband about it. I didn't want to talk to my family. I didn't believe in God, nor did I want to talk to him. So
Mm-hmm.
paper and the pen was my only outlet. As I've, thank God, have, by his grace, have come to a very manageable place with my depression and anxiety, where I'm not currently in a depressive episode and my anxiety is very manageable. I still write, but now it's out of discipline. You taught
Ooh,
me that.
I love that. Did
Yeah. Yes. I still have right in front of me how to beat the faithful five. Five
I?
ways to be
Oh
productive.
my goodness.
Yes.
From when we
Yes.
had the Writer's
Yes.
Paradise.
Yes.
Wow.
Girl, I was taking notes,
I
and
Did not
You just
know.
removed all of my excuses. And I realized,
Wow.
my screen time report calls me out every week when I say I don't have time for this, I don't have time for this. And it's like, well, you spent an hour on something I didn't need to be doing that wasn't
Yeah.
really productive. So I feel like that baked in discipline where I'm not finding time, I'm making time. I'm
Hmm.
telling my day what to do. I'm not looking at where it went and saying time got away from me.
Yeah.
Creativity is a discipline.
Yeah.
So I would say to someone, if they feel that they're not in the right headspace, do the work and your feelings will follow. Because
Ooh.
when you're led by your feelings don't always have your best interest in mind. You can feel like you're not a good writer and you're worthless and nobody's care about your work, but is that true?
No.
No. So you have to have that discipline and just do it when you don't feel like it,
Yeah.
or else it'll never get done.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like writing this book, but I had to do it.
Yes. And I absolutely
So
love
that's my
that.
advice.
Write it in your feelings, because you're right. Your emotions, your feelings are fleeting, and they are not the
Mm-hmm.
truth. They can take
Right.
you. I feel great. Your emotions like
No, you
not
don't.
today.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, well, wait,
It's like,
there's
girl,
nothing going
yeah.
on. And I can be honest and transparent with you. There have been times I woke up and I feel so safe to share
Right.
this, because the only person that
Right.
know this
Mm-hmm.
was my best friend. So I wanted to
Mm.
tell you, from sister in Christ to sister in Christ, thank you for making me feel safe about what I'm going to share. Like, you just have no idea. And I'm hoping,
Mm.
my hope is that
Mm.
other people will feel safe as well, because it's
Yes.
freedom. But I
Yes.
remember
Yes.
last January, one Sunday, I went to bed. That Saturday night, I was great. I had just finished my 1 hour prayer line. Went to bed at like
Mm.
11:30 in the evening. I woke up Sunday morning, and the first thing I said, what I used to say, or use what I say, is "Good morning, Father." But instead of that, I didn't say "Good morning, Father." I said, "Today, I'm gonna kill myself."
Mm. Oh. Mm.
I had the entire day
Oh.
I
Mm.
spent planning my death. I was like, what I'm
Oh.
gonna do, because I'm an author, I'm a writer. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make manuals for every room in the house, so I could tell my mom and my sisters what to do with everything. I have my laptop
Mm.
and I planned it all out. I was like, for my laptop, I'm gonna give it to my friend because he's an author. We always talk about my writings. He can get it and he can do whatever he wants. I was like, my one of my friends, she always loved my bedroom. I would tell her she could have the bedroom set. All of these things. My house, I was gonna leave it to my
Mm.
mom. I
Oh.
had the whole day. Okay. And as the day went on, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna kill myself in April, on Easter.
Oh. 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 I'm so
Easter
sorry. I
was
feel
when I
that.
wanted to kill myself. I'm like,
Mm.
so, and God was like, daughter, do not do this. I was like, no, Lord, it's okay. Lord, it's okay. I was like, I just need you to be on board with this. He said, I will never be on board with this. Well, God, I want to tell you, because come April, Easter, I'm down, I'm out of here. I'm checking out. When I tell you, the entire
Mm.
day that Sunday was spent, and I have no idea why, until I'm part of this group of other Christians that we get together.
Right.
It used to be Sundays, but now we do Thursdays, and we just
Mm-hmm.
learn different things in the Bible. And I wasn't gonna go on that evening because I was planning my suicide. I was trying to
Yeah. Yeah.
self murder. That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
do, right?
Yeah.
And I hopped on, and we just started talking. Everybody's going in, and then one of the guys, he's just typically quiet. He came off mute. He says, "Sister Ebony," and everybody like, "What?" And we're like, "Yeah," because he's really quiet. He was
Yeah.
like, "You are not going to kill yourself." And I burst into tears. He started
Oh.
speaking in
Wow.
tongues. Everybody just
Wow.
like up and roar, like, wow, what is going on? And then what, the pastor that's over it. She was like, I need y'all to pray in the spirit right now. Go to war, go to war. And he just went in. You are not going to kill yourself. That is not of God. That is the enemy trying to take you out. He was like, something is coming for you, and it's something from God that is coming good, and the enemy don't want you to do it. He was like, you are not going to kill. That's all he kept saying. And I just burst into tears. Hearing him plus the other attendees pray, and I just cried. And
Praise
so
God.
I say, and then it was, I call it a residue, where that rest of that week, I still felt the suicidal. It wasn't as strong as that Sunday, but I still felt it.
Right.
And
It's
so
lingering.
yes, it was very much, very, very much. And so I reached out to one of my friends. She's a minister, and I talked to her about it. She was like, you need to fast and pray, because some things can only be handled with fasting and praying. And she said, so that's what you need to do. So for I think about a week and a half, I fast and prayed, because I said, this got to go. And it left. The beautiful thing about that, I had to apologize to God, because that whole day was not of him. But he was even then, he was kind and keep talking to me like, you're not doing this. Like, that's not the plan I have for you. He was like, he's like, if you die, generations die with you. Lord, I don't tell you, they just gonna die. I don't know. That was I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, I went to sleep fine, woke up suicidal. How? And so I share this because people, that week, I still had to go to work.
Yes.
I still had to clock in. I still had work to do, smiling. I still had clients work I had to do. I still had meetings I need to do. But I still had this suicide, self-murder thing going on with me. And so I share that because people, be kind to them. I know people have, seen it on social media, but be kind, because you never know what people are going through. But seriously, be kind, because you don't know.
You never know.
You don't know what people are battling. And not only that, the Bible says that we entertain angels without even knowing.
Yes.
And so it takes nothing to be kind, to smile, to say, hey, something, because you never know. And so I just wanted to share that and say thank you for helping me feel safe to even share that, because besides my best friend, because she was just like, you what? You did what? I told her all the details. Like, it was just that day. It was crazy. But then fast forward to April, and God's like, my dad passed away a few weeks later, and I
remember
know
that.
it was so beautiful that God had taken me through that process of getting rid of the suicide, because I probably would have been in such a deep depression, and would have been crazy. So he kept me from that. And then in April, where I was going to kill myself on Easter April, okay, 2 weeks later is when I left the government job, and I've been doing this since. So it was like,
praise God.
that was the thing. Like, the enemy really wanted me to kill myself before April. I was going to do it in April, and the enemy, that seemed right. But God's
Wait, was the Easter Sunday we went to church together? You came with me.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Was it Easter Sunday? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, girl.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yo, that would have been the day. I probably wouldn't have gone to church, but that would have been the day that I would have checked out. I would have just.
And I remember at the end of service, you told me that you received a word. You said that he said, open your hands to receive my glory.
Yep. And I was sitting there like,
wow.
I had my hands like, over my hands.
I remember.
Because it was just beautiful. And I think that was me receiving what I needed. And then that gave me even more strength for what was coming on the 25th of that month, which was my last day in the workforce. And so I anyone that's listening or watching, you're not alone. I know you hear it. I know it sounds so cliche, but you truly aren't. Anything that you are going through, there's someone somewhere who knows exactly what you're dealing with. And if you find yourself and or if you know someone who's in a state of depression or anxiety or suicidal for whatever reason, share this book with them. At the end, we're going to tell you how we're going to let Sarah tell you how to connect with her, but I encourage you to have them, either you or them, reach out to connect with her to grab your copy, because you need to see, like, yo, this is how I was feeling, and this is how I can go through it and go back up. You were coming like an airplane, you were nose diving, and then you go right back up. It's there for you. You just need to see that it's possible. And Sarah is showing you it's possible. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Like, for real, your girl feels safe. Okay. I'm not even playing. I feel
Well,
real safe with
thank you so
that.
much for sharing that. And, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, you can always reach out to me. Like, I know you outside of our
Mhm.
publisher professional relationship, but girl, like, I'm so
Absolutely.
sorry you went through that.
But no, but you know what it was? Sometimes I get into a space where
Yes,
I
I
feel like I'm being
understand.
a
Yes,
burden. I think we talked about this, because I
we
would tell
did.
you,
Yes,
reach out to
yes,
me, and that
yes,
you can reach out to me, but I don't want to be a burden to anybody, so I
yes,
won't reach out.
yes,
It's
yes.
weird. It's like I want
I
people to reach out
know.
and to me, but
Yes.
I won't reach out because I don't want to be a burden. I remember feeling like I was a burden to
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Same.
God, I
Same.
feel like, Lord, I don't want to
Yeah.
burden you with this. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Have you not read
It's too
my
small for him to
word?
care about. Yeah. Like he has bigger
Yes.
things to worry about. And
Right.
I totally get that. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing that. It's
Absolutely.
so, I feel it.
Yeah.
But I'm so, oh, what's the word? A writer at loss for words. I am so grateful to see how you work through that. And it's an
Yeah.
inspiration for me because, like you said, that our work isn't just about us.
Yeah.
It isn't just about us. And it just points to that our feelings aren't always accurate. They're real and they feel very real, but even
Hmm.
a lie can feel real.
Yeah.
So those lies
Absolutely.
that we're not worth it, that we should just end it now, that we're a burden, that nobody cares, that this is the way it's always going to be, there's no way out. All of those things are lies. So
Hmm.
yes,
Hmm.
anyone listening dealing with that, or if you're unsure you're dealing with it, there is hope, there is help. Rochester has a lot of amazing resources.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, there's also this expectation that therapy is very expensive and I don't have health insurance, and that's the beautiful thing about Rochester is we have a lot of resources. Some are free to
Yep.
low to no cost.
Yep.
So I'll just plug one quickly is NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They're the Rochester chapter. They are phenomenal. They provide critical care. If you just need someone to talk to right now, they can hook you up with that. So they are amazing. So anyone listening that's interested, please look into that. And
What's
yeah,
their website? Do you know their website offhand? Because if you say that, I can go back and I can put it in the caption so people can have that.
yeah, I don't know
Because
offhand.
we want to make sure you guys get the resources and help that you need. Trust
Yes.
me. When I tell you,
It's
I can tell you to
namirock.org.
Nami Rock. Spell that for me.
NAMIROC.org.
Okay. All right, you guys. If you are in a place, in a space where you're like, I need help, but I can't afford it, there's a way that you can get your help. Okay. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you're outside of Rochester, your city has resources that can help you. You just have to take that step to go
Mm-hmm.
get what's available to you. Do not be shy. And this is one thing Sarah's helping me be comfortable right now, because some things I don't share unless I have to. But I'm being
mm,
pulled to share. Okay.
mm,
I was in therapy for almost 2 years because your
mm.
girl was just battered and bruised. I had my heart attack.
Yeah.
It wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
physical, it was an emotional heart attack. And I needed
Yes.
help because
Yes.
coach was not well. Okay. I was not good at all.
Mm.
And so the
Mm-hmm.
therapist, you want to share. She like, oh, you're gonna judge me. I ain't telling you nothing. But she made me
Exactly.
comfortable. I'm not
Yes.
telling you this. I don't care if you love Jesus. I'm still not talking to you. But
Exactly.
she didn't make me, she didn't force me. It was just, how are you feeling today? I'm good.
Why are we here? I know.
Right. Because I just want to waste time. That's why I'm
Yeah.
here. But I'm good. Then as we built that trust, it was, I would go and I would talk with her and she was like, how are you feeling today? I just want to rip my heart out. Can I think I could
Yeah.
Google how to have,
Yeah.
I think I could Google heart surgery because I think I'm going to do it myself and just take my heart out because that's how it, that's how I was
Yes.
feeling. But I would say this,
Oh,
no one knew I was
yeah.
in therapy. I didn't tell anyone that I was in therapy. None
Mm-hmm.
of my friends knew, not even my best friend, not my mentor, because I'm gonna be honest, I was ashamed. I thought
Yes.
therapy
Oh,
was for
yes. Mm-hmm.
crazy people.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if
Yes.
you're listening, I'm doing the
Whew,
quotes. Crazy people does
girl.
do therapy. No, therapy helped me from going off the ledge, okay, to a point of no return, either mentally or physically. I was going to go
Yeah.
over the edge. And so that's, I would say, if you are ashamed of therapy, don't tell anybody. Only person I got to know is if you are employed, then you're not even your employer, but your health benefits, they know because they have to pay for it. And if you go through an organization who offers mental health services, then of course they would know. But anybody outside of professionals don't have to know. You're not obligated to tell anybody. So just take that
Yeah.
into account. Take that into account.
It's nobody's business. And I think for me, one thing that means so much to me in publishing this book as a Black woman is that depression and anxiety can manifest in different ways within our community.
Speak
It
on
look
it. Yeah.
very different for us. And for those who don't know, my parents are from Jamaica. So there was a layer of cultural stigma as well that I know a lot of other Black folks deal with, where other generations, therapy was not an option.
Yeah.
We didn't have that trust.
Yeah.
And it was just not something that we did. So for a long time, like you said, Ebony, I thought, even though I was losing my mind, I felt that therapy, I'm not crazy. I just want to
Right.
kill myself, but I'm not crazy.
Right. I'm just having this bad heart thing, but
Yeah.
I'm not crazy because
Yeah. My
mentally
life
I'm
is just a
good.
mess. Yeah.
Right.
My
I don't want to go
relationships
knock
are
on his
disintegrating.
door. I don't
Yeah.
want to knock on his door and just shoot him. I just want to knock on
Right.
his door and stab him. There's a difference.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's just
Yes. Woo. Yes.
there's a difference.
And
But it
yes.
was just yeah, it's not you don't have to be quote crazy. It's not crazy. It's
No.
you
It's
know
the
what?
sanest
I
thing
can't
that you
handle
can
this.
do. Yeah, is to
Say it
go
one
and
more
get
time.
help. It
Say
is
it
the
one more time.
sanest thing you can do. And I, like you, I didn't tell anyone early in my
Right.
mental health journey that I was in therapy, that I was getting treatment, because, like you said, of the stigma. But I
Yeah.
was so inspired by my husband, who is an alcoholic. He's been sober for a long, long time. He is so open and so free about it. And he's so unbothered. There's a confidence that he has with it because he could just
Yeah.
walk in that freedom. And I've gotten to that place now. Well, I had to write the book and to
Mm-hmm.
just say that, this is my story. This book isn't a sermon. I'm aware that not everyone identifies as Christian. This isn't a sermon. I'm not trying to, force anyone to
Yeah.
believe in what I believe. I can't do that anyway, nor is it my
Right.
responsibility. But this is my story of experiencing freedom. So now I like to be very open about it, because I think it's great that we're having more conversations about mental health, especially in the
Yeah.
Black community. We're building that awareness, but we also need to take action. The
That's
awareness isn't
right.
enough. So the action can look like you said, you're tapping into your support network, your spiritual mentors, going to therapy. That is my favorite combination, is
Listen,
the
Jesus,
1-2
I need
punch.
Jesus
Yes,
and need my therapist.
yes, yes. And it's a
Okay.
winning combo.
It
So
really
yes,
is.
amen.
So what are you looking forward to? Besides the release of your book, what are you looking forward
Mm.
to?
I'm looking forward to closing this chapter with this book and starting the next one. Like I told you, the second collection is in the works. What I'm most looking forward to is, yes, closing this chapter, but I just hope that this book reaches one person and offers them hope. That's what I'm looking forward to, is when in the throes of my deepest depressive episodes, I had no hope. That word wasn't even in my vocabulary. If I saw someone that looked like me who was just living and saying, I've been through that, I walked through that, sister, it's not always going to be that way, that would have been a game changer for me. So I'm hoping, even if you're not Black, I don't care, whatever, whoever you are, I just hope that this book can touch hearts and offer them hope.
Touch hearts and offer hope. There is so much that comes from writing and releasing your words.
Yes.
Because you truly don't know who's going to be impacted by them. By you having the audacity to do it. Sometimes people think of the word audacity as a negative tone. No. Audacity is, I'm going to do this despite everything stacked up against me. I'm going to do it. I set in my mind, in my heart, I'm doing this. How you have the audacity to believe in God? You have the audacity to walk this walk? You have the audacity to write that stuff? You have the audacity to publish it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Like that is just like so dope for me. Like it's just, as authors, we know our words can transform left or right, up, down, good or bad. Our words can transform, but we won't know it until we actually do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited because even through our journey together, there was a lot of things that were
You've
like
seen the
nose
change.
diving, and then you came right back up and you were like, Coach, you are not gonna believe this. A, B, C, D. I got this, I got that. And remember we talked about this? And I don't know how many times we screamed on the phone. It was just like exciting.
I was like, Coach, I don't want to write this book. I'm done. I know. And then next thing I know, we're like screaming. The manuscript is done.
Yep. And it's just you have those moments as writers that you like, okay, I'm gonna do this. It's like, oh.
You're the one that told me that setback can be a setup. And every time I had a setback, whether it was emergency surgery, whether it was, so many things, I came back with a creative clarity and confidence that I didn't have before. So it's about failing forward.
That's right.
This book is about failures. It gets very real, it gets very raw, but it's done. It's done. And I don't consider myself a particularly, confident, strong person. I certainly can be, but I did it. It's done. And I do feel that, I guess when I say confidence, it just comes from, it goes back to that discipline, just doing the work.
I see confident and I see strength. So
thank you.
That's what when you said, I'm like, what? But okay, because we see ourselves as we see ourselves, but people may see us differently. But I see strength, I see confidence.
Exactly. Well, thank you. I'm not saying that I'm not, but I just, you know me. That's why you're like, I want you to brag about this, and I'm like,
yep.
What do I say? I was depressed. I had a mental breakdown, and I wrote a bunch of poetry during that time. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of
like my mental breakdown birthed my book.
Yeah,
and you know what? And you know what's so funny about that? I would want to see that on a T-shirt because it's real. I'm so serious. My mental breakdown birthed my book. Like what? Yes, here's my book. Which like 2 copies, 3, or how many? Like like that's how it is. Like this is what this is where it came from. And I think that what I love is that you are walking. I know people talk about walking in your truth. I try not to sound cliche, but some stuff it sounds cliche, but it's real. But you are walking in what it is that you had gone through, and you come out on the other side bolder and stronger. Like I lived it, and some of it I am still living, but I'm victorious. So
Yes.
I won.
Yeah.
The enemy
I'm both
tried.
healed and healing. Yeah.
Yes, at the same time, and that's possible.
Yes, it
And I'll
is.
tell you,
Yeah.
this reminds me of a wound. Like it heals on the inside and outside, but the outside heals faster. But the
Yes.
inside is still
Yes.
healing. So if you touch it, it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, nope,
Mm-hmm.
don't touch it because I'm liable to hit you. It's just a reflex. Don't touch it. But on the outside, it looks like it's healed, it's scabbed over. It
Yeah.
might get your color
Mm-hmm.
back. But if you touch it, you feel that deep internal pain,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is. You feel that deep internal pain
Yes.
because that
Yes.
is still healing. So I love I'm healed and healing at the same time.
Yes. And there's something so freeing about this, Ebony, because like I said, by day, I'm a copywriter. I work in an advertising agency here in town, Partners in Napier. They're amazing. So I'm writing to fulfill a need for my clients, to solve a problem for my clients. So I'm taking myself out of the equation and I'm writing for this brand to
Yeah.
achieve an objective, to make money. And I have to do it under budget and on time. With this, I'm not trying to please anyone or make anyone happy. And there's a freedom that comes with that. So if you don't like it, if it's not your cup of tea, fine, that's great. If you do, that's great too. So it just feels so freeing to not have that expectation that people need to like this, or I'm doing it to please an audience. This is my target audience. I don't have a target audience for this. I don't have a demographic. It's just, I'm just putting it out there, and where it sticks, it sticks. So,
And it's going to get into those hands. It's going to get into the hands of those who need it.
yes,
And
yes,
they're
that
going
is
to
my
read it
hope,
like,
my
you know what?
prayer. Mm-hmm.
I needed this book. I can't wait for people to get it, to start leaving reviews and talking about it and letting you, getting
Mm-hmm.
back to you and let you know what? This really helped me. Even with this podcast in this video,
Mm-hmm.
people, I look forward to hearing or reading what people have to say about their own their own sense of safety and security from listening to what you had to share and what I
Yes,
had to share as
yeah.
well, because their safety, what is it, I remember in college used to tell us there's safety in numbers, don't go anywhere by yourself. And so I take that as we're here with you guys. There's safety in
Yes.
numbers. You are not alone. We truly get you. Truly
Yes.
understand it.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
a
and when
process.
we
It's a process.
it is, and when we succeed, and I don't when I say succeed with this book, I consider it a success. Number one, that I
Absolutely.
wake up every day and I'm grateful to be alive now. I don't have that heaviness in the morning like you wake up, you say good morning, Father. I just thank God that I have my breath, my body, I'm in my right mind, my heart's beating. It's another day. So I consider that a success. So when I
Yes.
say when we succeed, when we heal, we create space for others to do the same. It has
That's
a
right.
ripple effect.
That's
So
right.
that's what I'm hoping with my sharing my story, you sharing yours, coach,
Yeah.
and us just talking sister to sister.
Yeah.
Um, I hope it reaches the right ears.
I do too. I do too. And so with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your
Hmm,
transparency. Thank you
thank
for
you.
being open. Thank you for sharing to help others heal while you are healed and still healing. And so
Hmm.
I want you to tell people, they're like, well, I like Sarah. How do I connect with her? How would they do that?
Well, that's the tricky part. So no, coach is laughing at me. No, but really, you can reach me. I'm on LinkedIn. Just type Sarah Collins, Partners in Napier. You can find me. That's one platform that I'm the most active on. I am on Instagram. You can reach me as Collins Marie. I will caveat that by saying this, though. Social media is not good for my mental health.
Yeah.
So I really do limit my time on social
Yeah.
media. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. I tried Twitter like 8 different times. It never works. It's too stimulating for me. And y'all
It
know the
is.
internet is
It's,
not like, there is not a lot of people besides Coach that are
yeah.
speaking
Yeah.
life.
Yep.
So I'm very guarded with my time on social media.
Yeah.
So you can find me, you can follow me. Don't expect me to post a lot. And if I'm slow to answer, it's because I'm not on it every day. So
Yeah.
LinkedIn is really the best way to get in touch with me. But S Collins Marie on Instagram, you can find me and we can connect.
There you go. You guys, I'm just sidebar. Facebook kills me. I could be Facebook.
Hmm.
I take it. Sometimes I just have to be like, I'm not going on the book today because you could be, hey, oh, this is going on. The next post, oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
yes.
So it's like, oh, I'm so, and
Yes.
then it's just like
Yeah.
downward spiral, and I'm like,
Yeah.
my emotions. And
I
one thing
remember
I'm
you
like,
took a break. Yeah.
yes. One moment I'm
Hmm.
like, yes, glory to God for you. Then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's
It's a roller
I
coaster.
can't.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely
Yeah.
understand. You're not wanting to be on social media.
Yeah, I'm not there
I get
yet.
it.
Maybe one day. I'm not there
Yeah.
yet. And I haven't really ever
Don't
been.
rush.
So, yeah. And I
Mhm.
just, like you said, it's that unapologetic, like, sorry, not sorry. It's just not for me.
Hello,
And I will
somebody.
say, I have an amazing website that is will be ready along with the book launch. That's scollins.work. It's not live yet, so if you type that in, you're not going to see anything, but it will be in my Instagram profile and on my LinkedIn. And I know Coach will also have it on her social media as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
stay
Yes.
tuned for that. So yeah, things are percolating. They are
They
coming to
are.
fruition.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, this has been an amazing conversation. And my dear sister in Christ,
Oh.
thank you. I could say thank you, I don't know how many times, but truly thank you. Because again, you created a safe space, shared your story, been transparent.
Mm,
And I hope that in your healed and healing space that others
mm.
like, I need to be there. I want to go there and I'm going to go there. And I hope
That
that
is
they
my
do.
hope and my prayer. And Coach, I have to thank you. Yes, my fingertips were at the keyboard, but this book would
Yeah.
not have happened if it weren't for you. Like,
This a it's a
you
push between the
remember
clothes
meeting
for real.
me. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. You remember meeting me 2018. I was so insecure. I had my head down. I didn't even want to look you in the eyes. I was like,
Yeah.
she's not going to want to hear about this book. I'm
I
going to
got a
be
photo of
wasting her
us.
time. And oh, that's right. Oh my
There's a
gosh.
photo.
You got to
I forget who
share
the
it.
photographer
How it
was.
started, how it's going.
I forget who the photographer was, but we were standing in the hallway of Writers and Books,
Yes,
right upstairs
I
between the
remember.
two classrooms and the auditorium. Yep.
Isn't it funny that's where my launch party is going to
Yep.
be?
Right there
Isn't
in the
it?
hallway.
Like, oh my
We
gosh.
got to recreate
I,
that photo.
we do. I couldn't
How it
even look you in the
started
eye, so
versus how it's going.
Yes. You knew. So you have
Yes.
been, so thank you, Coach, for your
Aw.
prayers, your support. You were always there when I'm like, I've told you so many times I was in a dark place. I wanted to give
Yeah.
up. You wouldn't let me. You held on to me when I couldn't hold on. So
Like,
thank you for
like,
that.
would you stop? What did God say?
You gathered me. Yeah, you had to gather me
Yeah.
a couple times. You had to
I
get
think
it
we
together.
all have to have those moments of I'm falling
Yes.
apart, and God's like, send her this. She's not about to. All right, you guys like you're not about to because what the enemy is not about to do. We pray through text and on the phone,
Yes.
like
Yes.
just
Yes.
calling things out and declaring God's
Mhm.
word. Like it,
Mhm.
I believe that people need people like that in their life because you prayed
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
So and
Yes.
it's just
Mhm.
like you know what, it's yes, coach client, but it's sister and sister, and
Yes. Yes.
that's what make it for me. It makes it even more special.
And
So
same here. I could have gone with, well, I'm not saying that publishers were knocking on my door. They
mhm,
weren't,
mhm,
but seeking someone out that would let
yeah,
me tell my story, not only from a mental health perspective, but from a Christian faith-based
yes,
perspective was important to me. And you were all about it. So thank you
mhm.
for that.
You're welcome.
And yeah, just being able to have a relationship with you, professional, like you said, yes, but personal, where I feel like I didn't have anything to hide in either
Yeah,
circumstance.
yep,
You just let me be creative. Of course, you guided me, you supported me, you gave me structure, encouraged me to be disciplined,
hmm
but all of that supported the creative process. So, anyone that's looking to publish a book, if you think, first of all, everyone has a story,
yep,
tell it.
absolutely. You
Work
gotta
with
let it
Ebony.
out.
Yes,
You
get
gotta let
it
it
out.
out.
Work with Ebony if you think you can't publish a book.
Yeah.
I am proof that you can.
There you have it. The proof is in the book. Can you
Yes.
show your
Yes.
book one more time?
Of course. Of course. Here it
The
is,
proof is
everyone.
in the book.
Yes.
You guys, I'm over the
Look
moon
at that.
excited. I cannot wait.
Me too.
I really cannot. But we can't wait, but we have to wait. But we can't wait. It's like
Yes.
it's a battle
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're fighting. I can't wait, but I will wait. Moving on. You guys, this has been an awesome conversation as always. So if you want to check out Sarah, she told you LinkedIn. I'm going to have her information in the caption so that you can, the link so that you can just click on it and you can connect with her. Also, if you want to join us on the Black Authors Rock podcast, and I just want to add this, the title is Black Authors Rock, but that's because we have a Rochester Black Authors Association, so we try to keep with that theme. But you don't have to be black to be interviewed. You can be black, brown, white, Asian. It doesn't matter. If you want to come on and have a conversation with us, brag about who you are, what you're doing, all those great things, register.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Just register. You can register on our website, rockbaa.org. It is free to register. We do ask for a $10 donation. You do not have to give it. So don't be like, they want my money. I don't want to donate. You don't have to. Bypass it, submit. You're good to go. Okay. But just sign up. It is free, but again, we ask for donation. If you would like to join us, please do. You can follow us on Instagram at rock_BAA. You can also find us on Facebook, which is rock BAA 2015. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just drop us a note on our website and we'll be sure to get back to you. Also, I want to let you guys know that I'm so excited. The 2022 Rochester Black Authors Expo is coming this June. The first weekend of June is the expo is going to be rolled out.
Wow.
It's going to be for a weekend, and we will be honoring our late great founder Corey Lamar Tanksley. We lost him last year to the superbug. I don't want to say it because then it'll tag the podcast. But we lost him last April to the superbug, and we are going to honor him in such a great way. So you can head on over to our website again, rockbaa.org, to find out more information about the expo and to register. But you guys, that's all we have for today. I look forward to meeting any and every author, writer, aspiring author, publisher, anyone who wants to write or who has written a story. If you, whatever it is, you want to come on and hang out with me, please come on and hang out with me. Until next time, get your book done. You can do it.
Yes, if I can do it, you can.
If she can do it, you can too. All right. See you guys next time.
Bye.